Everybody, I'd like you to welcome you to the Serenity and Bill moment. This is an actual show. It's not a free for all. And if you've been here before, you recognize that Serenity and I are not always politically correct. We are here to have fun in the middle of all this bullshit that's going around. And we can agree to disagree and still love each other. She has shut me up several times. And I am feeling a certain way because when we do our short clips, the ones with her get more likes than the ones with me.
Well,
So I don't know how that happened.
whatever.
So do you want to say your little speech to the people? This ain't the Bill show.
I, you know, I really don't have much to say today. I know we have a job to do at the end of the day, but I'm exhausted. I actually did a off topic. I did a
There is no
not
topic.
off topic because I was supposed to actually be indicating did I have anything to say, and really I don't have much to say. But I did
Okay.
a panel yesterday, which I can't speak to because I had to sign a
Was
confidentiality.
was
Um,
it the
it was a
uh
mock trial.
okay. Is that the one where they pay you?
Hmm.
And you did not sign me up for one?
I don't think it works like that. I think you like they don't be like, hey, you know somebody else, because they
Okay.
don't even want you to be on there with people that you know, because of course they feel like if you're with someone that you know, you're gonna lean towards that particular person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that into place. But it was quite interesting. I had to go to San Francisco for it, which was an hour there, but on the way home was 2.5 hours.
Is it so help me here. Is it an hour there because like LA is just tons of traffic? But if it was any other city, it'd be like 15 minutes?
Not necessarily 15 minutes, more like 30. Because I
Okay.
got early enough, so it's more like a 30 minute drive from where I'm at. But what you have to consider about San Francisco, they have those toll bridges. So once you go in and then that's already slow, and then of course we're crossing the bridge. So that adds traffic to the day
Got
for
it.
people who work there. But it was a beautiful day yesterday, so that at least
Good.
was nice. You know,
Good.
but
So what I was going to tell you earlier is that I can't
Layla says, "Is that really tea?" Yes, he drinks tea. He
well,
does.
no, 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 no. We about to spill the tea.
No, you just drink tea. I ain't got no
But
time.
I can't get over the I can't keep remembering you asking me how many um things of tea do you drink a day?
Right.
And I don't know why that just keeps popping in my
Into my
head
head
every time I pour a thing of tea.
because I swear it seems more than just a pot. You know, it seems like it's more than just a pot. So,
So, so what do I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about several different.
okay.
First, I apologize for calling you out of your name earlier.
What did you call me?
Oh, good, you didn't even hear it.
I didn't
Um,
hear it. What did you call me?
because because
I
I
was gonna
was
say you
just
better you better apologize. That's what I should say. Instead of saying I didn't hear nothing. What did
no,
you say?
I went to a friend's house one day and they were like, "Do you want a patty?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they came out with a hot pocket. So when you said,
Oh, so you just assumed. See, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, no, it's a
I was like, "Bitch, you
Jamaican
talking about a
patty.
hot pocket?" And you were like, "No, no, a patty." So I had used the B word, but I didn't mean it in a you understand.
I didn't even hear it because I would have actually said something. I don't, I know people think it's like cute, but I don't like it.
I know that's why I apologize.
Yeah, I don't like it. I had to
A lot of people
tell
don't.
one of my previous coworkers that she was all giggly, all in my face, and she's like, "Oh, hey," I'm like, "Hey, listen, we're cool, but we ain't that cool."
We ain't that cool. Yeah. Yeah, someone said that to me at a dinner, like a lunch one day, and either that or girl. It was a woman, and I'm like, whatever I said, I'm like, I am neither. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know where you got this comfort from, but I am neither. And then that brunch went downhill from
Downhill
there.
from there, huh?
Sure did.
Yeah.
So I am getting myself together.
Okay. I like
I
that. It's hoodie,
I
by the way. I like the
I,
color.
I just got off the phone
Mhm.
to apply for SSID.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm like, I need to find like it I need to figure some stuff out. And so I'm hoping that gets approved because I can also have a right to work
Yeah.
if it goes through. And then during times like this, I can pull from it. But if I start working, I can
Put it on pause.
put it on pause. Yeah. So I didn't want to do that because it feels like giving up.
Mhm.
But at a time, hi Michelle, at a time when everything is in the upside down world,
Mhm.
I need to find different ways to figure some things out.
Absolutely. Mhm.
100%. And
Absolutely.
it is getting to the point where I believe we're numb to it. Like not you and me, but the
Mhm.
world is becoming
Oh,
numb.
very much so. Very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so. Very much so. Especially everything that's happening. I remember probably like about 15 years ago, my mom told me, she was like, America will be like Rome eventually. And I'm like, oh, that's far fetched, because at that time things were bad, And so
But
she was
all
like,
empires have fallen.
exactly, exactly, exactly. And she was like, I just see it as America's future. And I concur, especially at this point right now.
I
We're most definitely numb. We have not taken the time as a society, as
keep talking. I'm
that
gonna turn off my aroma because it's
okay.
hissing.
Oh, okay. I hear it actually. We haven't taken the time as a society to truly, truly care. Because at the end of the day, if we did, things that are happening would be much more of an uproar. And currently, it's kind of like it doesn't necessarily concern me. I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? Like it bothers me. But does it bother you to the extent to actually go out and do something in regards to it? But a lot of times, where do we start? Where do we begin?
So
You know?
I begin with my show. So my show is different than this, and I talk about the hot topics. I last week it was about healthcare and the fact that women's healthcare is being taken away. Um, in Florida, they're trying to ban HIV medications. They've banned cancer research in certain areas, right?
Mhm.
And you're saying to yourself, to the people out there not watching, do you recognize that women are being turned away from hospitals that are in labor, especially women of color,
Right.
and they have no place to go? So I am going to be that person that's going to stand up. And it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, because I don't know what you're going through right now. You.
Mhm.
So you could be having cancer, you could have HIV, you could be living with depression or cancer. I don't know. So for me not to stand up, I could be not standing up for my neighbor or my best friend,
Right.
the people that I love. So and I believe it is a blessing and a curse because I'm looking for a job, but I'm being so vocal.
Yeah, because think about it. If you were actually gainfully employed, doing what you want to do, would you be as concerned?
I would be. I'd probably be more
Would you?
concerned. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But when I say it's impacting me is because I'm very much standing on the right side of history.
I don't know how, because guess what? When I told you when I win the lottery, put that in the universe, I couldn't ball out like I wanted to. Because there's too many things happening in this
No, no, no,
world.
no, 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 no. We ain't gonna go to you being a blessing and
I'm
me being
rich.
a curse. That's not what
No,
we what
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not
you
saying
could
no.
because I told
Okay,
you I was gonna
no.
ball out.
Yeah, because you gonna ball out.
Yes, I am, and I'm gonna take care of people. But my compound will be my
But
compound.
see, but my thing is that yeah, that's a destination, but there's so many people that I feel like that I would have to help before I got to the point that I could actually ball out.
Okay, so this is our first disagreement, and I'd love to hear people out there put their opinion in the chat. I When I win my $1 billion,
Mhm.
I am setting myself up first
Well, I'm not saying you don't set yourself up
and
first
my
because
financial
I
future.
told you before I go pick
Are
up
you
my
yelling at me?
money. No, before I pick up my money, I am sitting down with someone to make sure everything is set up accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That
Okay.
I pay minimal on taxes, that I have my trust set up accordingly, that my grandkids, everybody is good. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that I don't see myself out there just spending money frivolously just because I currently have it. I don't feel like this
What do
is
you
the
consider
climate.
frivolous?
Um, Frivolously meaning like going out to buy multiple vehicles.
Okay.
Okay.
So let let
Going
let
out
let,
to buy
let
multiple bags. Just going out to buy stuff that necessarily is not needed at this time. Because there are so many, like you said, there's so many people who don't have access to health benefits right now. My ploy would be more so along as getting some doctors together to see if they can volunteer their time freely. Maybe I have to pay everyone a little stipend for showing up that day. Stuff like those, that would actually be more interesting for me in this climate. Just
That's beautiful. What I want on the record, so that when I do win my $1 billion, ain't nobody gonna be up here talking about. But but you had said I didn't say I was gonna buy a bunch of cars. I did say I was gonna buy a fleet of cars for my family, and we would choose which car we wanted to drive. But it would be like 5 cars. There's 5 of us, and
okay,
then I would
so can those cars be Honda?
nope,
Toyota?
nope. You ain't gonna get me on here lying. My cars, my show is called UBU Live. So it,
Okay.
it, it doesn't necessarily have to be a chauffeur driven Phantom, but I wouldn't mind a nice Bentley or um, like I would have several cars. That there would be the SUV, like the black Escalade, the extended that would house um Ace, because that's the car we would take him around in. That it's safe and it's big, and put the whole family in it, and then we'd have like a little like an S class or like a 7 series. Like I'm not talking about like the biggest thing I would buy
Oh,
would
you're
be a
talking about
Bentley.
spending $1 million on cars.
No, I'm saying spending $500,000.
Okay, well,
But
you're getting
that's
a
but
Bentley.
that
The Bentley was 250.
so I took the Bentley out of the
250.
equation just to
Oh,
be
okay.
nice.
Because in the new
Just to
Escalade
be
is like,
nice.
okay, 120, 125. Okay.
But remember, we'd be trading in Amanda and Brooke's car and Stacy's car.
You ain't getting nothing for that. You're not getting anything for your trade-ins right now, so stop it. You might as well let them keep it.
Or no, no, they would use my fleet. Um, but and everyone would have homes, right? In the
Mhm.
same circle. That's been my plan for
Regardless if they wanna live there or not? Do you
in Los Angeles, they can live where they want to live. But I would also want a place in Florida, and we'd probably all live in this area.
so
If
you like Florida that much to build a compound there?
Florida has no income tax.
Well, you can be a citizen what place is that? There's a lot of places don't have income, but I'm just saying, do you like? Because money is no longer the problem, okay?
No, no,
Money
no,
is
no.
no
But
longer the problem.
what I'm
So
saying is
so what
the
so is do you like it well enough that that's where you will make that your forever home?
I would make it my main home.
Okay.
I would make it my main home. My so 6 months out of the year, 61 days out of the year, or sorry, whatever, half a year and a day, I would have to live in Florida. But the
Okay.
other half of the year, I can be in New York, LA, here and there. And then the kids can come down whenever they want. But,
Okay.
I would want them to have a destination. And I would probably recommend that they do the same because we would start building businesses off of it. Um,
Hi, Carrie. I miss you too.
uh, hey, Carrie, we're going to pull you up in a minute. But once we pull you up, we know it's going to go crazy. So give us a second. Don't go nowhere. Um, but I would probably tell them to do the same thing because we would all probably start our own businesses. And so, because of the laws in Florida related to
See, and
taxation,
you see, and you're different. Like, and in this climate, what business are you going to start? I thought you're thinking too hard. Never mind.
no, 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 no. So I'll tell you. All right. So I had three.
Okay.
All right. So, I keep telling you where I live is really fantastic, but there are things like up the street that are empty lots, or this really cool, like 1950s looking hotel that's vacant. I would turn that one of the empty lots into a high rise building, and then I would have at the bottom of it exclusive shops like a mall, like Gucci and all those types of things, because that's who I want to attract. And I would make Brooke the property manager for all of that stuff. I would make Amanda the retail manager of all that stuff. And then the hotel up there, I would reinvent and make it into a really funky hotel, plus have it as a dinner and a rooftop club.
Okay. So with Canada being the individuals that vacation in Florida more than anyone, right? And they have decided that, hey,
That's
we
not going
don't
to be
mess.
forever.
I know it's not. I know it's not. I know it's not.
And this would
But
be the
my
best
thing is
part.
that but my thing I think about because for example, I think about COVID. I think about how COVID changed so much for businesses. Like, have you ever been? Did you ever go to the San Francisco Mall?
I've never been to San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Well, before COVID, San Francisco was like, and I didn't live here. I would come visit. It was popping. It was truly a destination. It was like the food was great, the people were better. It was good. The mall closed. The last store closed, I think 2 weeks ago. And this was a mall that was like hustle and bustle, five floors. It was beautiful. Everything high end there. Even the Macy's there was comparable to New York Macy's. You know how New York Macy's is.
Yeah,
very high end, and all other Macy's, you're like, "This is Macy's?" You
yeah.
know? But that's how San Francisco was. And the fact that it's closed now is just like it makes me blink multiple times because it was such a thriving area, especially the financial district, and I don't see it coming back anytime soon.
So I think that you're I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying build them all. I'm saying build.
Someone says Canadians are worried, however, when things change. I don't know about them flocking back.
She's from
We would have
Canada.
to do
We'll
yeah,
bring.
I feel like you guys we would have to do a lot for you guys to come back because I just found out that the place that we bombed recently is where we get all of our, soil for to, plant our fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, "How is that possible? How is that possible that we bombed a place that 80% of our soil comes from there?"
All
That's
right. So
crazy.
what were you saying about Canadians? Layla, Serenity, Layla.
Hi, Layla.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So what were you saying about Canada, Layla?
So, I love that the project you're talking about, and I think there's always a need. And I have to say, Canadians, we love our American friends, and we go to the US a lot. I've been to it multiple times, and even when they come right now, they're really well welcome. We love them. We all have such great relationships. We're very
Would you
friendly.
come here now?
No. I don't want to end up in a situation, look at my skin, look at my
Right,
hair. I
right.
might end up in a place that I may not come back. That might be a
And
one-way
right, and
ticket
her
for Layla.
accent, you this place is crazy right now. So understandable.
Sorry?
So
No,
so
I said
Serenity,
understandable.
Layla is North African
Okay.
of North African descent, but she doesn't know where North Africa is.
Yeah, the whole world knows now, so it's embarrassing. But I wanted to say, the his business idea of like creating something in Florida, he's absolutely onto something because Canada, we don't really have like nice weather. Like it's pretty cool. Vancouver is like Seattle weather, so it's not really a place you necessarily want to retire. So a lot of retirees they go to Florida because it's next door and the weather is warm. So that always been a thing for the longest time. So if you create a business of that, it's gonna happen again. Things are gonna shift around. Like everything is temporary, so things will turn around and you
I don't
that
feel
will
like
that
everything
will
is
work.
temporary. I live a little different. I don't feel like everything is temporary because right now we're planting seeds in soil that's rotten. And for a while, when things are rotten in the soil, it takes a while. I may not see it in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my grandkids will see it, but
Right.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? So there's a turnaround, but I don't think I may see it in all honesty. It's it's
First,
like when you gain weight, right? You don't see the weight creeping on, you know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you can't button your pants. And then when you go through this passage of trying, hey, let me lose this weight, it takes forever. Like it feel like it took this long for you to gain it, but then to get rid of it, like now we're in year 3 type of thing.
well, I think you're talking to the wrong person um, about that because her
Well,
weight.
that is
No, no,
that
no,
doesn't
no.
matter. Look at my mom is the perfect size,
Hold
but
on,
you can
hold on.
still talk about weight
Serenity,
categories.
stop for a second. No, Layla. Her weight shifts day by day.
Okay.
Is that
But not
correct?
drastically.
No,
Oh,
drastically.
well, like
Drastically?
just yesterday, like when I was heading to the hospital,
Mhm.
because I did mention earlier, I think I might not fit in my shoes or whatever. I could not fit in my jacket. Okay, so I had to put a larger jacket, and I had to ask my boyfriend, like, could you help me zip up? I'm too bloated today. I'm like the water retention is just astronomical. I could not fit in my regular clothes yesterday. Hence why I wear dresses because it expands and it's so much easier. So, um, and I get where you're coming from because the situation is so. And I feel for we feel for you because it's a very challenging situation. It's not easy. It's very hard to see the light, like a light at the end of the tunnel. It seems like it's just endless. It's just going to get worse, or just it's just never positive any day and every day. But these things will eventually stop or there's going to be a switch, right? There's going to be a change, exactly. So like when I say things are temporary, there's always a change. Things don't stay permanent the same way in a certain time. It's a struggle, it's challenging, it's like difficult to see, but eventually it's going to get back to some level of normalcy when things will shift around
So
because it's been there before, right? So,
where Layla,
I
I
don't know.
think that where I
I
think
don't know.
that she's talking about, and 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 then I'm going to shut up, is most of the time from an economic standpoint, it takes at least 10 years to get past um, a recession. And America is heading into basically like depression era numbers. So if you look at me, I'm 38, right? She she is almost twice my age. And so 10 years, she's right. She may not be around to see the
that's nice.
recovery.
I mean,
I don't know how you got to be 38 when you have children in their 30s. How does
My
that
kids are 34, and I didn't say 38. I said 30, didn't I?
no, you got 38.
Oh, okay. So I
listen,
think that
I've been 35 for a couple of years now, so we're good.
Mm.
We get it.
that
We get it.
there you go.
But let's be mindful. Like when it was like COVID and whatnot, we lost a couple of years, so we got to
Yeah,
take those back.
we just talked about that. We talked about that. But what I talked about, like, but since COVID, so many places, it doesn't even look the same. I can go places that used to be thriving and they're now non-existent. You know, there's the shopping center not too far from here that I used to like to go in there, and the whole shopping center is gone now. All the stores are gone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
But I didn't say shopping center. I
I
said I was going to build
William, no one
a
said anything about you having a shopping center.
I just
I'm
want
giving you an example. No part of that did I hear. You said high-end stores.
yes.
You said
Like,
high-end retail. You act like I didn't hear you.
okay, okay, okay. All right.
It still
So
doesn't change the fact Gucci clothes in San Francisco. Oh, than Louis at the mall. So I'm just saying.
welcome to the Serenity and Bill moment, Layla. It's quite different, isn't it?
San
Yeah, it's
Francisco.
a whole different ballgame here in this show.
Yeah.
It's just-
It's
but
different.
And
like tell us more about your business idea because that sounds really intriguing. Like what is it that you want to build? Like
so so I think you might have missed it. So we're talking about when we win our $1 billion
We're
in the
talking about
lottery.
lottery winnings, not this is not a plan currently. This is
Yeah.
based off
okay,
of
but why not still
lottery.
have the plan even if you're not a billionaire just yet? But you got to
So
throw it in the universe, right? So
right,
if let's say today right now is like okay, you have your $1 billion. What do you do? What are you going to do?
right. So what I was describing to her, to Serenity, was that I would create up the block. There's a few parcels of land that are empty, and but they're redoing my entire area right now. So it's 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 becoming fancy.
Okay.
So I would build a a building, a residential building, and at the bottom of that building, so you go to your residence, you would through the valet, you go up into your condo, be a fancy condo, but when you came downstairs, you would enter into the first level, and it would have like Tom Ford and Gucci and restaurants and things that are really nice and upscale. And then it would also have like a floor in the middle that would be just for this is only for the shopping. The people could enter it from the outside, right? But the residents could enter it from the lobby. Um, and then in the center, because my girls are estheticians and hairdressers, I would build one floor, like a whole floor that was just dedicated to self
Self-care.
self care, like your stuff. And so it would be a spa. So when I say dedicated a floor, it means you can't really have the hair salon and the spa in the same area, but you can get off the floor and have like the waterfalls and have that serene moment and have someone give you a glass of champagne, and then you can go for your massage, or you can go for your spa treatment, or for your facial, or for your hair. And not to have my daughters
I'm
doing
not
that
laughing, but I just know you miss that world so much.
because I'm broke.
You're describing it like food. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's gonna be tasty. It's gonna be so delicious. It's gonna be
Well, I
top
mean, you hear the
tier.
passion, right? Like he's
But
Top
passionate
because
about it.
tier.
but
Like
but
he believes in it. It's
be-
he's excited about it. I'm just
because I've
I'm thinking
lived
that's
it,
it. I
and
like
Because
it.
he's lived it. That's the reason why it's like it's so passionate for him. It's like literally his mouth is drooling as he's reminiscing on the times that he had.
So basically, what I'm hearing is like he's missing out the VIP treatment. And
uh,
he,
Because that's what he used to have. He used to have VIP treatment. So right now he's reminiscing. You know.
your earpiece.
Hmm.
Can you twist it so we can hear you better?
Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying you're just reminiscing, and it's just funny because I could see the passion. This reminds me of
Well,
back
I
in the day.
so so I did not invent the concept of the spa, um, but I do know when I've walked into places and how it made me feel. And so everything about the building would make the residents feel special and the guests feel special. And then next to that, I would build a hotel, and the hotel would have a nightclub at the top of it. And I would take an existing hotel because there's I don't know if you've ever seen this, but like an abandoned hotel that's from like the 50s, and it had like this really
Nice
cool,
architect.
like swooped roof. It's very 1950s. And I
I
would,
know what you're talking about when you said the Fubu. That
yeah,
50s?
60s, 50s,
I think it's
40s.
early 60s. Or maybe 40. No.
I don't remember, but I would keep the aesthetic of that main property, but build it into the other one. And then there's another property up the street that is small, and it's a historical building, but it's empty. And I would turn that into a boutique hotel. So a boutique hotel, if you don't understand Serenity, it's
Why would I not
upscale.
understand? Because basically it just tells me you're going into the world of hospitality.
But Layla knows the brilliance of that. Why? Because I live in Southern Florida. Why do Canadians come to Southern Florida? Because of the hospitality. They own homes here, and they bring their friends here, and this is where they vacation. So I live in a hospitality spot.
wait, you're in Florida?
I'm in Florida.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm coming. I'm getting my plane ticket tomorrow, and I might just take the risk.
Come
Like,
on.
but no, yeah, I mean, like, especially taking like, older buildings, the architecture, like you can really create something like really like fancy, VIP, classy, like very like beautiful. Like, I mean, I can totally see it. Like people would love that stuff. And who doesn't like to be treated special? Like everybody does, right? You want to feel special. So yeah, totally. That's why Canadians go to the US. Every time I go to the US, I mean, I Americans are super friendly, welcoming,
Risk it
so
all, huh, Carrie?
absolutely. Like, I mean, I went last time I was in US was in 2025 or 2024. I went to Hawaii, yeah, Kona Island, and you know, amazing service. Like many, I had opportunities for gluten-free food. They were very like the servers were great. The host of DRB was so nice. Like he was like we actually developed a relationship. Like he's a really great person. He lives. I think he lives in Utah. Telling me about his family and his it was really great. Like, and I think it was somebody else like living on the other side. Like, I think he was like maybe a bishop or a pastor, very friendly as well. Is like, Kayla, you want to come to church? Kind of join us. You want to come to a hula dance? You see our culture a little bit. Like, very friendly. And I woke up in the morning, I had like mango from the trees in front of the door. Like, that's
Wait,
amazing.
where were you staying though? At an Airbnb or
Yeah, Airbnb. Yeah, because I couldn't find anything hotel wise that was available. Because I guess my travel was a bit short notice with work. Because I travel a lot for work, and they needed me to come back. So I had only 2 weeks, and when they finally granted me my leave to be able to go on vacation, I was also doing final exams for school for my post grad. So I didn't have much time. So I had to kind of, and that's what mostly was available. And it's a really nice town. People are super friendly, very nice, and everybody's treating you with like kindness and respect. But they all make you feel special, and it's just nice. You feel
but
relaxed and not stressed and enjoying it.
I'm not sure, Layla, if Hawaii is indicative of the continental United States.
I've been to Seattle. I've been to California. I went to Palm Springs. Like I've been to different places. Um, all different little cultures a little bit, because every state has its own thing, and within the state each city has its own thing. Uh, but I would say so far I had a positive experience. That's more what I'm saying. Like it's not all the US is, the way it is or whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? Like even if you come
Yeah.
in Canada, certain provinces might not be all the same, but similar somewhat.
So do you want to settle a dispute between her and I?
Let's see. I don't
All
know.
right.
This one.
So
She might not like me after this situation.
she don't like me right now.
Okay, so all right. So how can we make her like us?
If you won $1 billion right now, what are the first four things you would do?
I'll probably buy a home for my mom where she wants to live. Um, maybe buy myself a place where I would like to be in a warm place with sun and healthy food. Maybe Costa Rica, Mexico, Panama, Colombia. I would love to be in Hawaii or Florida, but who knows? Like, and you know, try to give back to the community and build things for something to help nonprofits or something like that, and pay off my debt and just keep building businesses that can support other people. What
Ding,
did I say
ding,
wrong?
ding.
Am I boring? I'm boring. Boring.
No, no. She's telling me that I'm too materialistic. And I said the last thing that I would do would be like the and all of us said we'd give back, right? But
Of course.
I said I would take care of my family and me first. And that includes my cars and my compound. So like my homes. And I want my daughters and I to be closer. So I would buy like several because I have two daughters and a grandson and an ex-wife. What?
What happened? Okay, there you go.
I no clue. All of a sudden, it was calling my brother. You know, am iPhone is changing things,
Ugh,
and so
updates.
hand gestures now do things to your phone.
Oh,
I don't think it does it. I think if you're FaceTiming, right? I don't think it's on
No,
here.
because it just
Will
literally
it do
it
it here?
just
I thought like if you were FaceTiming.
Sean was doing it on his anyway.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah. So I said I would set my family up first, my businesses up first, that would continuously provide revenue to us so we wouldn't have to work or worry about our money. And then
That is not what
once
you said. Now it's changing. That is never what you said. Because I literally said that first I would go into a financial advisor, make sure I got everything straight. And from there, I would most definitely make sure that I helped people that were less fortunate. No part. Don't go until you were going to help anyone because you never said you were going to help anyone. You were going to help yourself. Don't try to change because we have other people on with us, don't you?
I said I said, "Yes, I would help other people, but I would make sure that I had the things that
Of
I
course,
needed
you have
first."
no. You were gonna ball out. That's the difference. You're balling out first. We're all talking about helping each other, helping
Yeah.
ourselves out,
So she asked
but
me,
you're
I said,
balling out.
I would buy cars for myself and my kids." And she said, "Would they be Hondas?" And I was like, "No, they would be like a
Bentley.
7 Series or a Porsche or, like what I would wanna drive."
Everybody has like their preferences for things, right? Like everybody, some people like, they want these luxury the LV, the Tom Ford or whatever. Like, everybody, some people like that. Some people's like, you know what? I want to put my money elsewhere than putting in, let's say, for me, luxury goods to
Are you working
make somebody else's rich. Like, no, I'd rather use it for something else. I'm not gonna buy for status that I don't like, buy a status that I don't have.
Right.
So more in that sense, because I'm like, okay, if I take that $2,000 instead of buying a Louis Vuitton bag, I'd rather take it to a trip and make it memorable and more like,
But you have $1 billion.
still, I don't think I would spend my money in fake luxury because it's, well, fake luxury. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, because there's
I
no return
You
on your
but Bill, but
investment.
the thing
Because if you
I
keep
think Bill
spending your
feels like
money,
that right now because his mental space. I feel like that's what it is. Because I feel like if he was financially secure like he's always been, it would still be the compound. Don't get me wrong. That would still be the top of his list. I just think more so in regards to balling out would be like more of a 4 and 5.
but I think what you consider to be balling out and what I consider to be my everyday life are 2 different things.
Well, right now you don't have any car. You don't have 5 cars that cost $250,000. Now I've been in presence and dated people that I had a salary of like $15,000 a month, and they had luxury vehicles like that, but that wasn't mine.
She didn't
And
have
I
to
would
tear
be
me
like, "You're
down like
balling
that,
out."
did she, Layla?
And I'd
I
be
know
like,
I
"Oh my
ain't got
god,
no
you're
car.
using money frivolously. You're balling out."
but like we're billionaires, so we got everything we want. It don't matter.
Right.
So whatever it is, I mean, however you plan it, like maybe your step one for me is my step two or step three, but it's still there, right? Like taking
Voice
care of
of
your family,
reason.
taking care of your friends, community, supporting others. It's just a different order, but it's still there somewhat, right? Like differently.
Yeah, what she said.
Okay.
HR here, maybe I should not. Maybe
No,
I'm not the right person to have
not.
this
I just feel
conversation.
like I'm not in the way the world is right now. I just have to think differently. I can't think how I would if it was 2024. If it was 2024, yes, I probably buy a lot of things that are frivolous. But right now, I just feel like the world is in despair and I
You're
just
right.
can't be living life like I would in 2024. I just can't. I couldn't sleep well at night. I just couldn't sleep well at night.
You're
I
right.
just care about people too much. Seriously, I
You're
just
right.
do.
You're absolutely right. And I will say this. If it happened and we were in this state that we are today, I would be feeding people. And I would probably take the home I'm living in now and just expand on it as opposed to buying something huge. Yeah, because right now people don't have healthcare. I would wanna fund that healthcare, if I or a portion of it or or, you
But
know
No,
that's the thing. Like
this
for us in
lady
Canada, I'm sorry.
was sorry. This lady was indicating that since October she's lost 38 pounds, right? Because she's no longer getting food assistance, right? She's blind,
Mm,
and she said that physically her body could not spare 38 pounds being lost. She was already, 100, say like 130 pounds. So now she's below 100 pounds and she's just like, she doesn't know what she's going to do because people are helping her financially, but people can only do so much because they have their own families.
Absolutely.
And that's just sad to me because there's a lot of working individuals that receive food assistance. I didn't know that until all of this started happening.
Sorry,
I
I
didn't
don't
know that.
like. I wasn't aware that like even if you're working, you still get like
Be
assistance for food.
because based on what your income is and based on how many people are in your household.
Okay.
So, if you're, like, working, like, a minimum wage job or a little bit above minimum wage, but you have children, then, of course, they put that in the equation that you have
Mm.
more mouths to
Okay.
feed and the income that you bring in. But I thought that if you worked, period, you would just that wasn't an option for you.
I understand the way that you just described it, which is it's income based.
Mhm.
And right now, Layla, and again, I don't understand global economics, so I don't know what's happening in Canada, but we have half the country living below the poverty level, and the jobs are not here, and they're taking away food assistance, and they're not funding healthcare. But we're bombing Iran, but we're bombing Venezuela, but we gave Argentina $40 billion.
That's that's quite of a it's quite of a turnaround. So basically, there's like what I'm hearing is there's not much like local support anymore. It's like been taken away because like we hear stuff in the news, but you just don't know what's real anymore. Like you know what I mean for us because we don't live there, and there's just so much misinformation going on that you can't really tell is this really true? Is this valid? Is this make sense? Like because also we don't know necessarily the system, but
Right.
having those situations happening is just it's unfortunate because I mean, people are people. I mean, you're paying taxes. It should go to back to your
To our
people,
healthcare. Yeah.
right? Like your healthcare is like the main important things in society is healthcare, education, transportation. Like people should have access to as a human being, like basic needs. Like you have to have a place to live. You have to be able to feed yourself. You have to be able to have access to medical support because we're humans. Like we need it. These are basics, right? And when you strip that away, as a human, how do you function?
In all the countries in the world, there are only two countries that said food was not a human right. The United States was one of them. I don't remember if the other one was Russia or
No, it's actually, who was the other one?
Israel.
I was gonna well, we
It,
pay for Israel, so maybe.
yeah, but yeah. So America does not consider it to be a human right to feed or have health care. Do Canadians have free health care?
Yeah. Well, free. Let's be clear. Like we pay taxes, right? So we pay a lot of taxes, and it goes back to
Taxes.
the system, right? So
Right.
we all kind of contribute. So when I went to the hospital yesterday, because I had to go there, I just bring my medical card with my ID and then I just go and do my thing. And then when I see my family doctor, same thing. Like, if I go to the pharmacy, well, you pay your prescription, like if you have your insurance and whatnot. Right now, I don't have one because I'm not working, but there's still a portion that's going to be covered by the provincial government or the state government a little bit. So these are in place. You can go private sector, but it's going to cost you more money, like private clinics and things like that. We don't have as many maybe as the US because we operate differently. And if you work for an employer who doesn't have benefits, you still have access to going to hospital, having a doctor, going to a walk-in clinic. Like it doesn't matter. Like that's accessible to anybody who's a Canadian or who lives here. Even temporary foreign workers, I believe, somewhat to a certain portion. Like they get there's a portion of insurance and private insurance, and then students and even resident permanent, like those that are heading to the Canadian citizenship. So
Mhm.
it's available to everybody.
And so, can you get rejected? Because here we can get rejected, or
No,
we used to be able to get rejected if we have a pre-existing condition. So, yeah. So,
no, yeah, no, that's when you join an organization, when you get the benefits,
It doesn't
they'll
check.
just take you. They have to provide it. It's included. Um, and if let's say for whatever reason they
Just
will
say
not insure
I.
you, you would still have access to going to regular healthcare, your family doctor, walk-in clinic.
I.
If you go to the emergency, the hospital, that kind of stuff. So
Got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can still have access. Like it's a right, basically.
What happens if you're not working in Canada?
You taking the BMW?
Girl, you shut your video off, but not your mic.
Bye. I didn't mean to because I wasn't leaving. I just wanted to know what was happening in his world, and I didn't want you to see my crazy face as I was talking to him about his drama.
Are you coming back?
I am back.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
God,
well, we
back.
can't see
I'm
you.
back.
Oh, there it
Back.
is.
I'm back.
Okay.
So
Let's see what
actually, I could say that we're having, I think, more and more Americans coming to Canada right now. There's like more coming in, and we're accepting we're accepting them for I don't know what the base of it, but there's more American coming, crossing, and coming to live on this side of things because the education, the work experience, they're very similar, right? So you can kind of like come here and kind of it's more expensive to what I'm hearing compared to the housing in the US and Canada. Canada is way more expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know. So how much is like a one bedroom in Canada?
$2,000, nothing included.
That's here.
See?
That's here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's here.
Like 1,800 to 2,500.
Well, I'm in the Bay Area, I mean it's the older place. 2,100 is the norm for one bedroom, nothing included.
That's like that's basically similar. So, but
Yeah.
it's like you get those information from like maybe I should be watching TikTok. That's not
Well, you know
about.
what? But it
That's
just
not the right
depends on where
place.
they live. No, it depends on where they live. Because when I lived in like for example, like if you're in Texas, you can get you a mansion
Yeah,
for
it's low.
It's like 400 grand or
three
something. I saw
three
like really
hundred,
big
four hundred
houses.
thousand. Yeah, you get a big house. But the taxes are high there. So what you're not paying for the house, you're going to pay the difference in property tax.
What's the
So
That's because that's
about?
because they don't have
Yeah.
income tax there.
they don't have income tax exactly. So that's what so say if you bought something for okay, I'm just gonna go low, right? Say if you bought something for 200,000 there, you would pay about eight to $12,000 a year in taxes. While $200,000 in California would be if you could get something for 200,000. I'm just
You
throwing
can't.
in a because you cannot. Um, tax is 1.85%. So you would pay less than $2,000 a year for your tax because our tax
Yeah, that's
because but we have state taxes, so our taxes are
you have payroll tax.
higher now. Yeah, but they don't have that in Texas.
Right. And so anyway, we're putting her to sleep with our state stuff.
No, that's fine because I'm learning. Because I mean, we get information, but
She
when
gets
you look
information.
at
That's
it,
why I was right because
what
she's
if
the best.
Layla ends up a billionaire and I say, I'm going to move to the state to be close to my new American friends. Gotta know where
Come
I have to
on,
go.
Right.
because I ain't got no job. So, so you and your $1 billion can come right on in here.
He got like a long scroll of things for you to do. Like, shh. And by the way, I need you to do this.
Well, let's go build a second hotel with more
Yeah,
luxury
exactly.
stuff going on. Like,
Exactly.
just keep going. Let's get 12 cars instead of 6.
Yes.
Well,
What's the one thing you miss the most in this moment, Serenity?
as far as what?
The way that the world is, and if we go back 5 years, right?
Mhm.
Because Serenity made a point. Most of us in America, we remember 2020 and now we're in 2026. But we don't really remember what happened in between.
In between.
Yeah.
Because we were on
So,
lockdown.
That's
huh?
true. Mm.
What'd you say?
I said because we were on lockdown.
Yeah, but I don't think socially we ever came out of it. And then it's been so long that we've aged a generation.
True, because I'm telling you, like, me being out yesterday and just having rapport with people, because I've been remote since 2020, you know, but actually, I mean, I did work in a office again in 2023, but it was very corporate, so everyone was, like, button collar, so it was totally different, you know? But being out yesterday and just having camaraderie with individuals was just really nice. It was just really nice.
So what's the one thing that you would do if
Well, what
if everything was like your finances were back to where they were in 2020? What's the one thing you want to do that you miss the most?
did I miss the most? I would say traveling. That would be, like, at the top because I've done a little, but nothing like I was before. During COVID, I did travel, I ain't gonna lie. I was, but before it was even more so, and I like that. You know,
Layla?
Yeah.
So have you rebounded back since 2020?
Quite honestly, I don't believe so. And actually, I went backwards, I believe. Like in
We
like
all have.
everything, like, like losing community, losing your somewhat a
yeah,
portion of who you are, because you had all these plans, you had this future that you built that you were looking for the next few years. Oh, that's how we planned. And now it didn't happen. So I feel like I'm a bit of in a limbo. Like, it's like, okay, what am I doing?
I think everyone
That's
feels
the
like that.
point of, like, we don't remember the last 6 years.
Yeah, I think
Like,
everyone feels like
so
that.
so and I want you to feel safe. I haven't bounced back since 20 my life.
He's frozen, right?
Okay, I was wondering if it
I think
was coming from me. Yeah, he's frozen. You were frozen.
you were
Oh, I
frozen.
was frozen?
Yeah,
Yeah, you were
but we
frozen.
weren't. We were like, he's frozen, right?
Oh, oh. So my life hasn't bounced back since 2020, neither has hers. So we're all in the same, and I think in a certain way we've regressed a little bit because
Yeah.
we've lost social skills. So what's the one thing that you miss the most about pre-COVID days?
Um, Community. I think I completely, I was a bit of a uprooted. I was living in a different city. It was new. I moved there for university. I'm always in school, but I graduated in 2020. And then I moved from Vancouver to this like island in Vancouver Island, which is in northern BC. It takes a ferry or float plane to get out and go into the island. So you're far from everybody. I had to go there because the program was full time. I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And then I moved and I said, I'm going to accept that I'm not going to be working. I'm going to be a full time student, leaving everything behind. And then I ended up there, and then we started getting locked up, and I didn't know anybody. Like, it was very hard. And everything was online, and I just like, I lost a sense of community completely. And when I guess I try to move back to Vancouver, I'm not living as close as to my friends than I used to. My community, where nobody has a car because we live in cities. It's just the way it is here. And I don't have that. I feel more isolated. I'm more isolated than I used to be. It's just like, how has this even happened? So that's why right now I'm making an effort to like really build community. Because actually, in my post grad, when I did one of my drafting one of my I don't know, paper or whatever, there's like, what are you looking for the most right now? And it said community because I've lost it. And when you lose this sense of belonging, it's just really you feel off some weird like.
Yeah,
And that's how I've been
absolutely.
feeling for a while. And it's now I feel like it's been a couple years and I can't shed that feeling.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah,
what happened? Like, do I
yeah,
need to fall on my head again to knock it and to come back to myself? Like, I don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
yeah. In
So
agreement, totally.
so you two um have both proven again that I am shallow. What I miss the most is going out to like nice five-star dinners
Okay,
and
you didn't do
great
that during COVID?
brunches and like Prime 112 or Mastros or you know just a Four Seasons brunch because me and my kids used to go to the Four Seasons for brunch or to the Ivy for brunch on Sundays when they were little girls. And so brunch has always been a family thing for me.
So it's like family tradition that you kind of missed out for a couple years that kind of like wasn't there anymore.
And
Which
Yeah,
and
but yeah, but what
it's
you're
not luxury,
missing?
it's still
No,
community and connecting with
no.
people in a
But what
way.
you're missing is that he only mentioned high end places. I know you don't know these places there, but every place he mentioned, okay, it was to just sit down and just you're
I
walking out
see.
with a
I get what you're
$700
saying.
bill. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, he didn't say like, oh, you know what? Even though I don't go there, but he didn't say we got an IHOP or Denny's. He didn't say any of the places.
hell no.
I do know IHOP. We have some here, so so basically, what I'm hearing is that he's not an IHOP person. He's more like
No.
Fremont Hotel, like
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
like fancy 5-star.
Is Prime
Uh,
112 like Steak
you
48?
come in, they greet you with a bit of glass of like bubbly. Like, hey, we're waiting you for your table for you, just right there.
Yeah.
Just sit here. We'll give you a big glass of champagne, a little bit. We'll wait, and then you go, and then you just sit there
Yeah.
and you get served,
Exactly.
and
Yes, yes. And Prime
Very
112
expensive.
is what did you say?
Are they like Steak 48?
No. So, do you know what Maestro's is? Mastro's is?
No. What? Please, Bill. I'm from California. Hey, why would I not know what Maestro is? I'm talking about Steak 48. Steak 48 puts Maestro to shame. Like,
So Prime 112 is like that. So it Prime 112 is a
I
steakhouse.
think, right, but are they in the family of Steak 48? Because I think
I don't know.
Prime 12 is Arizona. See, because you don't even know all the different spots they have. So I believe in Arizona, they're called Prime 112, I think. So that's why I'm asking you, is it the same as Steak 48? Can you check?
I will.
But I would say, like, when you go out to restaurants, like, regardless of the scale of the type of restaurant, it's still somewhat like connecting with your people, hang out with friends, with family, like in an environment, like,
Oh no, child.
regardless, go by yourself, no?
I go to see and be seen.
I guess, you know what? I think your friend is right. I gotta take her side. I mean, you're doing it to yourself right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I tried my best here. I tried my best. I don't know.
No, Steak 48 is associated with Dominic's, Durant's, and Ocean 48.
What's the one in Arizona? I thought that was called Prime.
In Phoenix, it's called Steak 44.
Okay, okay,
And in Scottsdale, it's called Dominic's.
okay.
But I got a lot of this too from work because working, I had to take clients out or clients would take me out and we would spend like $2,500 on dinner. And then what I would do is once I discovered something, then I would like want to take my kids there so they can experience it. And so it's not just about the food, it's about the experience.
But what I don't get in regards because I've gone to holes in the wall and
Move your thing. But I do both,
I've gone
Serenity.
to holes in the wall and I've had a great experience. Like,
I do both. I do both. But what I'm saying is it has to be the best. So if
oh,
I'm gonna
absolutely. Even if it's a hole in the wall, the
even if it's a hole
quality
in the
has to
wall,
be, yeah, it has to be good. Yeah,
because because
yeah.
because I don't know if you guys do this in Canada, Layla, and I hope we're not boring you, but I'm into soul food. Like I love soul food, collard greens, smothered pork chops, smothered chicken, short ribs and gravy, rice and gravy.
I never even had some other chicken until Bill.
What?
Mhm, mhm,
M&Ms?
mhm. Because I didn't like my chicken to be wet. If it was fried, I just wanted it to be fried. I didn't want it to have anything on it, you know? And he
So
was the
yeah,
first
I go to
person
the
to
hole
say,
in walls and the hole in wall burger places and the hole in the wall taco places, and I do not go to hole in the wall Chinese places.
I mean, I don't know what that.
"Oh, there are some good hole in the wall Chinese places."
But you have to know them. You
Yeah,
have
you
to
do. You have to know them.
because I
Not heat lamp. I mean, like real Chinese food, like
yeah yeah
kind
yeah
of in the back. Like those places are good.
and and yeah yeah yeah. But if I love cultural foods, you know, foods from different cultures, and if I see like a line of that culture outside that restaurant, then I'm going. Then I'm going. But
Just it's an indicator. Well, I mean, in a way, I would say for me, because I have dietary restrictions, I somewhat always eat in a nicer restaurants.
see, so
It's like,
why am I the jerk?
Bill, I normally even on my budget currently, it's still always a certain level. It's not drive through, but at the same time, it's how you explain it. No humility whatsoever. You're just like, this is what I miss. So that's where it came from.
It
It's
was
like, oh,
humility because I said both of you guys made me feel bad because I was thinking I just want to go to Prime 112 right now and have some lobster
mhm. And
cocktail
nothing's wrong with that.
and a cowboy
I
ribeye.
do like I mean I haven't had those, but I do like shrimp cocktail. So I'm celiac, and with PCOS, I have to have a
I
strict
love
diet,
cowboy ribeye. Oh my god.
and so I have to have a keto diet. So guess what? My meals are always expensive because it has to be clean, no wheat, all that stuff. So it's steak and vegetables, nothing wheaty, nothing breaded, even if it's like rice or whatever. So it's always so for me. If I go out for dinner, most likely I'm gonna have steak and vegetables. I'm not
So
gonna go to a bad restaurant for to have a horrible steak because it's expensive, right?
absolutely. With PCOS can I didn't hear. Can you eat shrimp or not?
Yes, I can. It's
Uh,
just I because of it, I'm also celiac, so it means I have gluten allergy. So a lot of food like having a burger, fries, like sandwiches, like that, I can't like pasta. I can't have none of that when I go out. So I have to go in a restaurant that I have gluten-free options, that I have a second, I guess, kitchen or like where they cook separately, so there's no cross contamination when you have or you're gluten-free or celiac disease. So obviously these restaurants, it's a bit more expensive because it requires more for them to operate. So I always go to the same places because I know they have the food that I can have, right? So you pick what you like, and I'm very like I like good food, and I always go to the same places, but they are expensive because that's just what I like. I don't think any place you can get a steak and vegetables for like $10. Nowhere.
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
a thing. I don't
See,
think.
Carrie, I think maybe you can cook him a plate. I think you're a little closer proximity.
Serenity can't cook.
You the lie.
I cannot see you in the kitchen.
I can cook. Do I? When I was in Texas, I cooked all the time.
Okay, I believe that. So, if I can ask, Layla, I've always wondered what does gluten free mean? And then you had all these Hollywood stars that are like, "Oh, I'm gluten free," but it wasn't from what I understood from a medical standpoint. It was like it was trending.
Mm.
Um, can you explain what I know? Gluten is found in flour. That's what I know. Um, what's the difference? First, did you find that people use it as a trend, like it's trendy? And then there's the separate people that are doing it for medical reasons.
They're both. So this is the challenge for me. Let's say when I go to a restaurant, I sit down with some friends, and then it's never the same. Or you're in an event, or it's a business lunch, dinner, whatever, and I'm sitting. I was like, "Oh, do you have the gluten free menu?" And then other people's like, "Oh, I'm gluten free too." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then when the server comes, it's like, oh, I have a gluten-free allergy, so please make sure that, my food, whatever it is, that it's really gluten-free, because sometimes they do mess up a little bit. And then you have the colleague or the friends like, they ask them, it's like, is this a food allergy? They're like, no, it's a preference. So then, that's where they sometimes don't take you seriously because they think you're a trend, but really, for me, it's actually, I can get really sick. Like, it's serious enough. So it does create a bit of a, I would say, a bit of a challenge sometimes when we go to a restaurant because they're not sure. But for me, I tell them right away so there's no confusion. So gluten free, it's like there's gluten. They put in like sauces, to make it like thicker. Sometimes even, believe it or not, when you go to a brunch, because I do love my brunch, I haven't gone I mean, like everybody for a couple of years now. Like some places they actually put wheat in the eggs to make it more fluffy and like more. See, I can't have those eggs. There's wheat in it. I can't have it. They actually tell you, it's like, I'm like, why would you put wheat and eggs? Like, I love chocolate and I drink dark hot chocolate because I eat holistically. So dark hot chocolate is great for my inflammation for my body and everything. So that's how I eat for all my food is very, sometimes I eat things I don't like, but I have to eat because there's no other options. So there's wheat in basically everything, like in soy sauce, can't have it. Like some simple as like even some dressing or sauces, they put wheat in it, can't have it. Like a lot of pastries, obviously it's all wheat, can't have it. So it's very limiting when you go out for food because there's wheat everywhere. Like recently, I was like, I always buy the same brand chocolate because I can trust it is gluten free. Guess what? Now a lot of chocolates have wheat in it because the cost of cocoa went up. So now they're cutting the product and they're adding wheat. So now these chocolate I've been eating for years, I cannot purchase it anymore. So
How
it's
did
very restrictive.
how did you figure out that they had changed their formula?
Oh, because the logo is no longer there, and then the first ingredients is not chocolate, is wheat. So, and even sometimes, like even buying stuff from Costco, because we have Costco here too, and they put the logo, let's say, you buy a product coming in, it's not Costco, it's fault, but you buy your products from like a retail store, like a grocery, like maybe a Whole Foods or Save on Food or Safeway or whatnot. You're used to buying the same thing. So they sell it to you, but they don't know. They changed the formula. And when you look at it, the logo is no longer there. Or sometimes the logo is there, but the ingredients are listed. And you're like, but how's this gluten free? Because there's wheat in the ingredient list. So that's not gluten free. So I think there's a misunderstanding of certain foods that they have wheat everywhere. So why would they be wheat in chips or fries? Or like, you know what I mean? Like it's in so many
So you
places.
can eat fries though, because fries are starch. So I thought that
I don't eat it. No, it
you
gives
can't.
me mega headache. No, so I do butternut squash fries. I have to alternate for that.
Nice. That
So I do
sounds
my
good.
shepherd's pie with butter squash instead of potatoes, and I'm used to it. It tastes good actually. So, and you get those crackers that are gluten free, mostly made with corn. I think it's easier for me, or pasta with corn. And but when you go to a restaurant, especially when I travel for business, and there's a lot of places that doesn't offer gluten-free options. So that's what it is. And some people, it's really like it makes you sick, like you throw up, you can have difficulty breathing. There's just so many consequences to it. But then your food is more expensive because you gotta buy all these fresh fruits and vegetables, protein, meat, clean food, right? It's more expensive than anything else. A vegetable is more expensive than a bag of chips.
You're right. You're right.
So if you're not celiac, it's good for you. That's all I say. It's like you're not celiac, you're good because like there's so many things. I started making my own bread recently because there was no more gluten free bread that I think it was coming from the U.S. and I've been buying it for years. We don't have it anymore. I couldn't find anything that suit me, so I started making my own with almond flour.
So we were educated today, and we're educated in a way that helped me to understand because I was always curious about that.
So
Serenity.
what is she
Yes,
there?
I'm still here. I'm
So
still
I'll be
here.
like,
I have my laptop open and someone is asking for my help.
Okay.
so any of you like any like Serenity? Do you have any kind of food or dietary restrictions at all? Because some
I
people have
don't.
different. Uh,
Just preferably I don't eat pork. There's just some things that I just choose not to eat, but I don't have any dietary restrictions at all.
that's
So
nice.
I'm lucky in that.
So I do miss having a good pastry. I love sweets, right? So it's kind of I have to make my own. I started making like a recipe to make my own like keto donut with almond flour recently. I've learned to do that. Like I can, like because of the cost of goods, gluten-free food is actually became more expensive or difficult to bring. I don't know why. So a lot of brands that I used to buy, I can't find them anymore. So it's getting more difficult to eat if you're the
Right.
celiac or gluten free. It's like so I got to stay make more, which I could usually cook, but it's just frustrating. Like
What do
people are
you
like
do?
going out, they can't.
What do you do? Can I ask? I know you have your own small business, but you also have a day job, right?
Right now, I don't. I'm looking for one. Actually in HR.
Okay.
Yeah, Layla's been in HR for what, 15 years? An HR leader, and I'm an executive coach as well. So kind of comes with it just because I mostly work with executives. So I went to school and got a postgrad in executive coaching. So I can coach you both, but I'm not doing it right now. I'm just like liking the freestyle
Well,
conversations, you know?
it that the purpose of our show is that there's so much going on in the world
Hmm.
that we just have levity. It's just the banter, the fun, the poking at each other, um, and taking down the temperature because we could talk about some really rough stuff and end up, you know, crying. If I think too long about life in this moment, it becomes very, very heavy. And so our intent is to be about nothing. Just
But that's great. I mean, it does like lift the mood a little bit because I mean, really, if you like, you're both right on that. Like, if you start sitting and you start thinking about what's happening in the world, like right now, like you're just gonna go like, I'm just gonna go in the closet, open the door, get a cookie and
Crying.
dip it in vodka. I mean, it's just like, it's just too much. Like mentally, it's not that I know I'm hearing people are saying, people are like emotionally disengaged. They're just so numb, but it's just there's also a mental capacity that we all have limits as well that you can't just keep thinking about these things. It's very hard. Like as much as we feel for bad for people and we want to help and do a difference, but it's also your own self. You got to be able to like get up in the morning and get ready and shower and eat and not being in that distress situations all the time, especially that we experienced COVID, like that itself, I think shrinked our hippocampus or somewhere part of our brain that we've lost some capacity. And to be more in constant stress like that, it's not sustainable for anybody.
and that's what it is. It's constant stress.
That's the thing. Like, how'd you catch your breath? Like, like, okay, today is like, you know what? I'm gonna go out for a walk. I'm not gonna. And then you open the news or you look, and it's just like it's always like so catastrophic, right? It's
Yeah.
not like a minor. It's like such huge that you're just like, wow, like why, why did I live on this planet? Like, what happened? Like, people are saying is like, well, when they say, well, we choose to be here, people's like, well, maybe I should have a self talk with myself and start some true, real conversations. Like, why would you pick on that, right? So, but it's like Serenity, like she said, like she's missed out a lot of things, and coming back to it, like just yesterday, she was able to kind of like enjoy moments, and that really looks like it helped her a lot.
It really did. But guess what? I was exhausted.
Because you were
Before
out
or
so long?
after, or you were exhausted when you went there, and then you were after exhausted
I was
after the.
exhausted. It was a long day, but I was exhausted. But I slept so well. I hadn't slept well in a long time. I was exhausted. But I still got on my normal time, 4 o'clock each morning. Yeah. I don't know if people say like when you wake up at a certain time, that is basically God trying to talk to you. So today I actually talked back,
Ooh.
and I was able to fall back asleep. Normally I turn the TV on. So I didn't. I just talked to him, and then I fell back asleep till like 6, and I was like, "Okay, I can get up."
Do you mind if we go back?
Yeah.
So you chose this morning to have a conversation with God.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel during it, before, during it, and after?
Um, okay, so I always wake up around the same time, between 4:11 and 4:23 every morning, right? But this morning I said, "Hey, I've always been told that if you're waking up at strange hours of time, then God is trying to talk to you." So at that time, I just went, I laid back down, and I literally just talked to him in my head till I fell asleep. Till I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I was ready to get my day started.
Did you feel better when you woke up than you normally do?
I did much. I felt less stress. I don't know. I did. But it was just, it was probably things that I should do anyway, just talking things out of my head before I start my day. You know, it just was more productive. I got a lot of things done. And then now, since I'm building a team too, I feel like it can't just be about myself. There's other people I have to check on in the morning to make sure they're ready for their calls, making sure that, they're ready for their day. For me, I'm like, okay, I could get to my day. But since I have other people underneath me now, I want to make sure that their day starts off well as well.
You have never asked me to be a part of your team.
I mean,
You
Serenity,
already
like
told me
what?
that financially you could not right now. So we talked about it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. So don't say
What
that.
do you do for work, Serenity?
I do it. I'm in insurance,
Okay,
and I specialize in mortgage protection and IULs.
super specialized.
Mm-hmm. That part.
I don't know
So,
what any of that means. She's explained
well,
it.
no, but it's nice to hear it because she like today she said I'm gonna do something different, and looks like it really kicked off her day, like by practicing whatever
Right.
that you decided to do just helped you get through the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Because
call it
normally,
practicing
because normally I'm ready
gratitude
for a
or
nap already. Bill already knows. Like, hey,
I can
it's
tell.
time. It's 2:45.
You know what? I knew when she was ready for her nap, when she pulled her laptop to her onto
No,
her lap.
because I could see it moving. That meant someone was online, and I didn't. And I had my earphones plugged into it, so I could just hear someone asking a question. And then I just heard all this clicking. Then I realized I missed all these messages because I
Oh,
had them popping up when I was on the phone. But I'm like, there's other people in this breakout room, so why are you bugging me? But someone helped them, so they're fine.
say hi to Lachelle. Hey,
Hi,
Lachelle.
Michelle.
hi, Michelle.
Okay. So this is um I'm going to acknowledge that it is nap time. I took my nap earlier because you said you wouldn't be ready to 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I called her this morning and said, all right, what time are we gonna do this? And she said not until after 1:30. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my nap around, 11:30.
And then he called me at 12. No, at 1. You ready? I'm like, I thought I said 1:30. But here we go.
Here we go. So I'm gonna let do you wanna bounce?
I'm going to bounce.
Does Carrie wanna come up?
Carrie,
Hi,
go ahead
Carrie.
and do your thing. I'm out.
Well, nice chatting,
You
Serenity.
too. You too. I'll talk to you
Hey,
later, Will. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Are you bringing Carrie, Coach Carrie on?
Should we?
Yeah, she's been there for a while. She's still around, so like, might as well. She wants to, if she wants to. I don't know. I didn't even
Yeah,
ask.
it only allows 3
Totally
people
late. Yeah.
at it only allows 3 people at a time. So that's why I couldn't invite her up. But I just sent her an invite and let's see if she accepts it.
I mean, when did I talk to her? Like, we had our one-on-one hot chocolate chat. It was really nice. It was a few days ago. But I think y'all did amazing.
Are you coming up or not, Coach Carrie? Yes or no? There's an
Coach Jeremy, we're
invitation
waiting
sent
for
to you.
you. We're
Well,
waiting.
yeah, we're waiting for you.
Oh, she don't see the invite. You know, you got to be nice to us. Like, be patient. We're so bad at this whole thing. We're so like learning in the process. Like it's not that
She
easy for
can't
us.
see the invite. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah,
Do you want to go over to TikTok, Coach Carrie, since we already did the Substack thing?
I've never done TikTok live. I don't even know how that works. Just brace. You're gonna have to brace yourself with Layla. I've never done it. Teacher.
Carrie? Carrie!
Hello, hello.
Do you want to do the TikTok thing or do you want to do it here?
Let's do TikTok. Can we use my studio? Okay, we
Yeah.
gonna use your. You know what?
No, we can use yours. I'm fine.
All right, I'll see you
Carrie,
guys on
you know
TikTok.
I never done TikTok, so I don't know how that works, like this live situation.
Girl, I don't know how it works either, but we gonna find out
So
together.
why are we gonna go do your studio and you
I
don't know
know,
how it works?
I don't know how things work.
I know how my
She know
studio
how,
works.
but I don't.
Yeah, you guys just when I see you're there, I'll click you on the stage.
All right.
Goodbye, Carrie.
Okay. See you soon.